Today marks the start of a new season of Tennessee Titans football as we kick things off here at home against the New York Football Giants. Expectations are high here for the Titans, who finished as the #1 overall seed just a season ago in the AFC. This team is expected to win a lot of games this year, hopefully get a playoff spot, and possibly even win the division. Optimism is high here in the Music City as it all starts today. The 2022 season kicks off here. Most episodes I plan on playing 2 games or doing 1 game and then doing prospect profiles as we look at players in the draft class. However, since this is our season opener, the first game of the series, I wanted this game to stand alone, so that's why we're only playing 1 game today. In the last episode, I talked about the possibility of adding Odell Beckham Jr. to the offense, and it seemed like a lot of people liked the idea. You have to keep in mind, he is not going to be healthy for most of the season. He tore his ACL in the Super Bowl back in February, and he's not going to be available to play likely until the latter portion of the season. However, if we're making a playoff push and say he's healthy back in like week 12, week 13, in that range, I think he can really be a spark to the offense. In real life, the Titans just acquired safety Tyree Gillespie from the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm not going to be making all of the same moves that the Titans do in real life because this is my series and I want to build my own team. But I do like Tyree Gillespie quite a bit, so I figured why not add him to the team? All it costed was a 2024 7th round pick, and he'll be a good safety piece as depth, and he may also get some snaps at sub linebacker, and then Chance Campbell will be moved over to the practice squad as a corresponding move. So with that, this is what the depth chart is going to look like entering week 1 of season #1. Obviously, as I said earlier, no Odell Beckham Jr. at wide receiver. He's still recovering from his knee injury, but it'll be good to have him in the building, hopefully mentoring some of our younger receivers like Treylon Burks and Kyle Phillips. As for the defense, we're acquiring Tyree Gillespie, who's going to be a backup safety, and as I said, we may see him in certain sub-packages at linebacker or maybe even at nickel corner. We have to set a goal for the season, and I think a realistic aspiration would be to make the playoffs. I don't think this is a Super Bowl contender, but I also see this as a team who should not be striving for 7 wins. I think the playoffs is a reasonable goal. As we hop into our first game as the coach of the Titans, I really want to focus on the offense today, particularly the run game. We have one of the best rushing attacks in the NFL, of course led by Derrick Henry, who is playing his first game fully healthy since halfway through last season. As we look at our opponent today, the New York Giants are entering a new era of their own. Just like the Titans, they have a new head coach and new GM with Brian Daboll and Joe Schoen, whom they hired from the Buffalo Bills. Unlike us, however, the Giants are not projected to be that great of a team, but maybe this new staff can get some things clicking, and who knows, the Giants could be a surprise team. Fourth-year quarterback Daniel Jones leads the way. This is sort of his last chance to prove something as this team's possible quarterback of the future. Saquon Barkley at running back also has a lot to prove. He hasn't been healthy since his rookie season and is hoping that he'll have a great campaign this season. The Giants have some interesting young players, including top draft picks Kayvon Thibodeau and Evan Neal, both of whom will be making their NFL debuts today. It should be a fun game here in Nashville, Tennessee, as the 2022 NFL season kicks off today between the New York Football Giants and the Tennessee Titans. The wait, the anticipation is finally over. Now we can get to some actual football. Head coach Zebediah Phoenix II makes his coaching debut today for the Titans, who will start this game on defense. The veteran punter Brett Kern, entering his 15th season out of Toledo, has this ball teed off, and season #1 of the Titans franchise is underway. This one will be received just in front of the end zone by Darnay Holmes, who will return this one for the Giants, breaks the tackle, and is wrapped up at the 20 by David Long. So that'll bring out the New York Giants offense, led by quarterback Daniel Jones, entering his 4th season out of Duke University. Jones has yet to really show that he can be a franchise-level quarterback, and with his contract up at the end of the season, it's put up or shut up time for Jones. We'll see what this Giants offense can do under new head coach Brian Daboll, who was a big reason in star quarterback Josh Allen's development with the Bills. First play of this series is a nice gain of 12 to the tight end Jordan Akins. Good start here for the Giants as they move the chains quickly. Now it's a 3rd and 1 at the 41. Play action fake. Jones rolls out to the right. He goes short for the rookie Jeremiah Hall, who is popped out of bounds by Amani Hooker for a loss of 2. Big hit from Hooker and a big stop for the Titans defense, who will force a punt. And now we get to see the Tennessee offense led by the 34-year-old veteran Ryan Tannehill, who has a chip on his shoulder this year with the selection of Malik Willis in the 3rd round. I think Tannehill feels that he has a lot to prove this season. However, his leash is short. If he struggles, the Titans are not going to be afraid to let Malik Willis take the charge. 3rd and 6, Tannehill incomplete, looking for Westbrook-Akine, so that'll be a quick 3 and out. Not a great opening drive for the Tennessee offense. The Giants have it back after a punt, 2nd and 5. Jones looks to throw it, and he is intercepted! Caleb Farley picks it off! Farley with a big return inside the 10. A huge turnover for the Titans defense, and they're going to have a great opportunity to score first. Caleb Farley with his first career interception, the former top draft pick out of Virginia Tech with an awesome play as Jones completely misfires trying to get it to Kadarius Toney, but he was way off, and now the Titans have it on the goal line. It's a handoff for King Henry, who cuts to the left side. Can he power his way in? Not quite. He's just short. Brought down at the 1. That'll make it a 2nd and goal. The Titans are going to look to throw it, and it's caught by the rookie out of Maryland, Chig Okonkwo, for the touchdown. The first touchdown of this series was not scored by Derrick Henry, Robert Woods, Traylon Burks. No, it's Chig Okonkwo who makes the play. His first career NFL reception, goes for a score, and the Titans lead 7-0. That was actually a pretty risky throw by Tannehill. There was a defender in the area, but Okonkwo does a good job of quickly locating the football and coming down with it. So the Caleb Farley interception directly results in a touchdown as the Titans have the lead. 2nd and 10 here on the new drive for the Giants. It's Sterling Shepard with a gain of 24, bringing it to around midfield, wrapped up by Elijah Molden, the 2nd-year corner out of the University of Washington. 2nd and 10 here, about 4 minutes left in the first. Jones looks to throw it. His pass is going to be caught towards the sidelines by Kadarius Toney as the offensive guard, Mark Lewinsky, is hurt on the play. The Giants' offense has started slow, but they've gotten a couple nice throws from Trash Can Dan to move the chains. Following play, Jones under a lot of pressure, backs up out of the pocket, and he is sacked. Olasunkanmi Adenye with the sack. He's getting some extra snaps as Harold Landry suffered a minor injury earlier in the game. It's nothing serious. He'll return later, but a good opportunity for Adenye to get some more playing time, and he capitalizes with a big sack. 3rd and 14. Jones looks to throw it. He has a wide open man. It's again Akins, hit hard by Kevin Byard. The Titans are taking cover 0 to a whole new level on that play as they just chose to cover 0 players. First down for the Giants, now at the 15. Handoff for Barkley with a spin move, breaks away. 1st and more for Barkley. He says, "Get off me, young man." Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley with an unbelievable touchdown run. He had to have broken about 7 tackles on that play, and this game is tied up. An awesome move for Barkley, who has not gotten the ball a lot today, but when his name gets called, he makes the most of his opportunity, and the Giants march down the field, add some points, and this game is tied at 7 late in the first quarter. We'll see what the Titans offense can do here with the ball back. Handoff for Henry, who goes to the left side. 1st and more as Derrick Henry gets about 15. It's been a busy start for Derrick Henry, who looks good. He looks healthy. He looks quick, and it's good to see him back in full form. Following play from the 40, Tannehill looks to throw it. He's under pressure, and he is sacked for a loss of 6. Leonard Williams with the big sack for the Giants. After making up some of the yardage off the sack, it's now a 3rd and 4. Handoff for Derrick Henry. He has a lot of room to run, and he gets the first down. He didn't get it by a lot, but he got it. Nice conversion there for Henry as we near the end of the first quarter, under 10 seconds to go now. Tannehill with an RPO. Short throw for the rookie out of Arkansas, Traylon Burks, and his first career NFL reception goes for a gain of 11. So that'll wrap up the first quarter, 7-7 your score. The Titans' run game looks really good. The passing attack has started a little bit slow, but we'll see what they can do here in the second quarter. First down from the 27. Tannehill goes back to Burks. He has it inside the 10. Nice play after the catch for Treylon Burks, who's looked pretty good on this drive. A couple of first down receptions for the 18th overall pick out of Arkansas. First and goal, Derrick Henry walks down the red carpet, untouched into the end zone for his first score of the year, and the Titans march down the field and take the lead right back. Excellent blocking on that play. Look at the hole created from the left tackle and the left guard, Lewan and Jones, which gives Henry more than enough room to score, and so the Titans now lead this game 14-7. The Giants have it back, coming off a touchdown drive on their last possession, as Danny Derps looks to throw it here on first down. Under pressure, panics in the pocket, and he is sacked by Bud Dupree. Dupree putting the rookie tackle Evan Neal on a turnstile on that play, forcing a loss of 5. Now it's a 3rd and 3 here for Big Blue, under 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Jones looks to throw it, has time, takes a shot downfield for Tony, and it's caught, but out of bounds. So the Titans defense gets another stop. They have it back on offense. 2nd and 7. Tannehill rolls out. He goes short for Treylon Burks, and he will get it to the 44-yard line for a nice first down conversion. Treylon Burks has been targeted 3 times today, and they have all led to first downs. Not a bad start here for the Rook. 3rd and 4, just past midfield. Tannehill calls for an audible. He's going to go short for the veteran, Robert Woods, who makes the catch out of bounds for a short gain, but good enough for the first down. Good footwork from Woods, and the Titans are going to keep it moving. Their offense has been pretty impressive today. Tannehill under some pressure. He goes back to Bobby Trees once again. Hit hard by Xavier McKinney, but not before converting. Malik Willis is now in the game. We talked about how he's going to be used in the last episode in certain sub-packages, mainly as a runner. He hands it off to Derrick Henry on this play, who gets 17 yards. Henry already close to 100 yards on the day. Tannehill back in at quarterback for the Titans as he goes to throw it here on first down. Short over to Robert Woods, who fights his way for a gain of 11. Nice drive for Woods. That's his 3rd catch of the possession. And Tennessee is really close to this end zone. 1st and goal. Malik Willis back in the game. He loses about 4 on the read option play, wrapped up by the rookie, Micah McFadden. As we make it to the 2-minute warning, Tennessee leads this one 14-7, and they have it in the red zone. 3rd and goal at the 3. Tannehill under center. Burks in motion. It's Treylon Burks with the ball on the jet sweep, and he gets maybe a yard. Good red zone defense there from the Giants, which leaves Tennessee with an interesting 4th and goal decision here at the 2. They could go for it, but they're just going to kick the field goal here with fat Randy Bullock looking to make it a 2-possession game. The kick is up and right down the middle from 19 yards. The Titans could have gone for it, but they just wanted to make sure it'd be a 2-possession game, so they wanted to play it safe. 17-7, nice catch pass for 50 by Jordan Akins, the former Houston Texan. As the Giants are moving it down the field, they only have 1 timeout and under a minute to go in the half. Jones on 2nd and 10, sacked again. Bud Dupree and Zach Cunningham in the backfield. 3rd and 19, wide open down the field is Shepard. He brings it to the 27. 14 seconds later, the Giants would call a timeout because clearly they do not know how to manage the clock. And after all of that, they're going to bring the field goal team out. The veteran kicker, Graham Gano, looking to make it a 1-score game. This one from 44 yards out. The kick is good, and the Titans have their lead cut to 7. So that will wrap up the first half. It's the Titans who lead this one 17-10 over the Giants. Let's get a halftime report around the rest of the league. Take a look at some of the earlier games that have already wrapped up. We're going to start this one with a battle between a couple of our AFC South rivals. The Colts opened up their season in Houston, and it was the Texans who got the upset victory 23-20, led by a great performance by second-year quarterback Davis Mills, throwing for 300 yards and a touchdown. As for Matt Ryan, he was intercepted late in the game by the rookie Jalen Petrie to help guide the Texans to the win. The Colts are expected to be Tennessee's biggest competition in the AFC South this season, so the more losses for the Colts, the better for us. Let's take a look at another AFC divisional matchup. The Steelers started their season in Cincinnati against the Bengals, and this one was all Joe Burrow and Cincinnati. Burrow threw for 3 touchdowns in this one. T. Higgins and Jamar Chase each caught a score, and Tyler Boyd had over 100 yards of his own. Jamar Chase and the Bengals are grittying their way to a 1-0 start on the year As for the Steelers, star running back Najee Harris suffered a leg injury in the third quarter. It is not expected to be a serious injury, but his status for next week is questionable. And finally, we look at the Washington Commanders playing their first game in team history, but unfortunately for them, they were not able to command their opponent. Trevor Lawrence played his best game as a pro, throwing for 3 touchdowns, including this tipped catch by Marvin Jones. Evan Engram caught 13 passes for 130 yards and a score in his Jaguars debut, as Jacksonville takes this one home 31-21. Going back to our game, the Titans look pretty good so far, leading this one 17-10 against the New York Giants. New York looks competitive. They're hanging around. They're not making it easy, but we have definitely been the better team so far today. The run game has been really good, the pass game's been very efficient, and the defense has been quite solid too. We've really only ran the ball inside in the first half. I want to mix it up, keep the Giants on their toes, get some outside runs in the second half. New York has ran the ball pretty well, but they've barely ran it. Since they're trailing, I expect them to throw it even more, so we might as well focus on stopping the pass, and if we do that, we should be able to win the game. The Titans are going to open the second half on offense. We'll see if they can extend the lead, as it's Malik Willis in at quarterback here. Handoff for Derrick Henry, and he is smothered in the backfield for a loss of 3. Dexter Lawrence brings him down. Willis will remain in the game here on second down. It's not like Tannehill's getting benched. It's not like he's hurt. It's just the Titans are giving Malik Willis some snaps. His first career NFL pass is picked off. The rookie, Kayvon Thibodeau, with the interception. And the Giants get the ball in the red zone. Not an ideal first career pass for Malik Willis as he throws a pick, and the tides of this game could be quickly turned. Robert Woods was the intended target. He was wide open around 10 yards in front of Thibodeau, so it wasn't a bad read by Malik Willis. It was just a bad throw. He did not put enough air on the pass, and because of that, Thibodeau was able to make the play. As you can see here again, Woods ran a great route. He was completely wide open, but the Giants forced the turnover, and they get it back with really good field position at the opposing 28-yard line. They start the drive with a handoff for Barkley, who loses a yard. That was Bud Dupree making the play again. Dupree has been an animal today. He has dominated his individual matchup against rookie Evan Neal. 2nd and 11, back to Barkley. He loses another one. This time it's David Long flying into the backfield with a big hit. That'll make it a 3rd and 12 here for New York after a couple of bad runs. Jones is going to look to throw it. Great coverage here from the Titans. However, Tony was open deep in the end zone, but Jones overthrows him. So that'll be an incomplete pass and force the field goal team out on the field. 47-yard attempt for Graham Gano is good, and the Giants cut the lead to 4, making it 17-13. Not a bad start to the second half for the Giants. You'd hope they could have done a little bit more on offense, but to get the ball to begin with that quick is certainly a big deal. Let's go to the following kick return. It's Trenton Cannon on it for the Titans. Cannon with a hole has blocks. Nobody in front of him. It'll be a kick return touchdown for Trenton Cannon, and the Titans extend the lead. A special teams touchdown here on week 1. How about that? I cannot remember the last time I've seen a kick return in a Madden series I've done. I don't think I ever got one last year in the Eagles franchise. And here we are, week 1, game 1 of the first game of the series, and Trenton Cannon takes it to the house to extend the lead for the Titans, as it's now 24-13. The Giants have it back after allowing the special teams score. Jones goes short for Kadarius Toney, breaking tackles for around 15 yards. Good conversion there for New York. After a stalled drive, they would bring out the field goal team once again. 53-yard attempt for Graham Gano, looking to make it an 8-point game. The kick is good. So it's 24-16. Technically, it's a one-score game. Hypothetically, if the Giants were to score a touchdown and get a 2-point conversion, they would tie it up. Here returns the Titans offense coming off the interception on the last drive from Malik Willis. The Titans have scored since then off of a special teams touchdown, as it's a handoff here for Henry, who annihilates Micah McFadden. What a run for King Henry, who brings it past the 50. Henry now over the 100 yards mark on the day as he annihilates the rookie Micah McFadden. Welcome to the NFL, rookie. Meet Derrick Henry. A rude awakening for McFadden's NFL career, as it's now a 1st and 10 from the 49. Short throw for Austin Hooper. and he'll get around 16 yards. Nice play for the tight end, who was left completely wide open on that play. The Titans are moving the chains here on offense. 2nd and 10. Tannehill under pressure. Kind of heaves it up for Henry, who makes the catch. That was a pretty risky throw. There were 3 Giants defenders in the area, but Derrick Henry comes down with it for his first catch of the game. Now on 1st down, it's Burks who is wide open. Brings it inside the 10. Whenever the Titans have given the ball to Traylon Burks today, good things have happened. 3rd and goal now at the 1. Malik Willis in the game for the Titans. It is a goal line set as Willis dives it in for a QB sneak, and the Titans extend the lead. The first career NFL touchdown for Malik Willis. It's not necessarily a spectacular one. It is a QB sneak, but it's a touchdown nonetheless, and the Titans are back up by 2 scores. Really good drive from Tennessee. Tannehill had a few really nice throws, capped off by a score from the rookie, and it's 31-16. Under a minute left to go in the 3rd. The Giants have it back. Barkley up the middle, breaking tackles. He does not want to be brought down, getting around 10. That'll wrap up the 3rd, an eventful 3rd quarter for both teams. The Titans lead this one 31-16, led by an awesome kick return touchdown pretty early into the quarter by Trenton Cannon. Into the 4th quarter now, 2nd and 5. Barkley loses a yard. A few defenders were in the area. That was Cunningham who initiated the contact, and Bud Dupree who brought him down to finish it off. Dupree continuing his awesome start to the season against Evan Neal. 3rd and 7, the Giants run it up the middle. Barkley gets nothing. Very questionable play call there from New York, as it's Byard who brings him down. What are the Giants going to do here on 4th down? They're going to go for it. They feel like they have nothing to lose, so they might as well. Daniel Jones looks to throw it, takes a shot downfield, and he is intercepted. Amani Hooker picks it off, and the Titans force a big turnover as Hooker brings it to the 45. That's Daniel Jones' 2nd interception he's thrown today, and now the Titans are going to look to finish this game off strong. They're going to really look to choose some clock, run the ball efficiently, as Malik Willis starts the game at quarterback. He's going to look to throw it here on 1st down. Can't find anybody open, and he is brought down for a sack by Dexter Lawrence. Other than the QB sneak touchdown, Willis has been pretty unimpressive today, but it is his first game, so hopefully he'll continue to improve. 3rd and 15, Tannehill finds a rushing hole and gets the 1st down. What a run by Ryan Tannehill, who is sneaky athletic. He's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the league, but not enough people recognize that as a big part of his game. 3rd and 9, 7 minutes to go. Misfires for Austin Hooper. Tennessee would elect to punt it. They could go for a 60-yard field goal, but there's no real point of risking it. So they're going to send on the veteran Brett Kern, one of the best punters in football, showing why here, as this one will be downed inside the 5 at around the 4-yard line by Rashad Weaver. Great punt from Kern, and the Giants are going to start off with very bad field position. They want to get out of safety territory, and they will here on this first play as Barkley gets around 7 or 8. So now the Giants don't really have to worry about the safety, and they can try to actually, move the ball down the field. 2nd and 10. Jones under some pressure, going to look to throw it, and he is intercepted again. Caleb Farley picks off his 2nd pass of the afternoon, and the Titans are going to get it in the red zone. What a season debut for Caleb Farley, who has been locked down. Trash Can Dan has not thrown it towards Farley often today, but when he has, it hasn't ended well for the Giants. The Titans with it back, 3rd and 5. Tannehill's going to outrun Kayvon Thibodeau for the 1st down, gaining 8. Another really nice run for Tannehill, and a touchdown here could ice the game. 3rd and goal at the 3. It's a read option. Tannehill keeps it, and he is just shy of the end zone. The Titans being at the 1-yard line could go for it, but there's not really a point. A field goal makes it a 3-score game, pretty much taking the Giants out of it. So that's exactly what's going to happen as Randy Bullock makes the kick, and it's now 34-16. The Giants are down by 18 points. It's really not looking good for them, and at this point they need a miracle with just under 3 minutes to go. First play of the new drive, Jones goes short. It's caught by Shepard, who's going to lose 3. The tackle was made by the 2nd-round rookie out of Auburn, Roger McCreary, as it's now a 3rd and 3 here at the 2-minute warning for the Giants. Danny Derps drops back to throw it, heaves up a prayer pretty much, and it's caught by Galladay, who is a foot out of bounds at the 33. Nice conversion from Galladay, who's been really quiet. Christian Fulton has had that side of the field pretty much locked up all day. Following play for the Giants, it's wide open, Kenny Golladay again. Now Galladay's starting to make some plays, although it might be too little too late considering they're down by 18. 3rd and goal from the 9. Jones incomplete for the end zone, and that'll make it a 4th and goal. The game on the line for the Giants, if it wasn't already over. Jones looks to throw it, backs up around 15 yards, and he's intercepted again. Amani Hooker with his 2nd pick of the day, and that'll do it. Daniel Jones throws 3 interceptions in the 4th quarter, 4 on the day. Caleb Farley and Amani Hooker pick him off twice each as the Titans take this one home here in Week 1, 34-16. Really good win, all things considered. We ran the ball well. The pass game was solid. We were efficient, minus the Malik Willis interception. And the defense was good. We forced pressure. We got 4 turnovers. Overall, a strong win. And again, the Giants are not the best of teams. We have a pretty tough schedule coming up after this week. But hey, a win is a win in the National Football League, so you're definitely not going to complain, especially considering how well we played today. It was tough sledding today for Daniel Jones, who got picked off 4 times. In his defense, 3 of those interceptions came in garbage time, but still, you can't really rationalize 4 interceptions. I had the user interception slider only on like 12, but clearly that's still too high. I'm still fiddling around with the sliders. Ryan Tannehill was pretty efficient, 17 of 26, 165 and a score. We didn't really ask a ton of him. We didn't have him go downfield too often. We just wanted him to be efficient and avoid mistakes. Next week against a much better team in Buffalo, we're going to be willing to take more chances and not play as conservatively. As for Malik Willis, in limited snaps, he was pretty bad. 3 carries, -4 yards. He only threw 1 pass, which was picked off. Obviously, it's his first game. There's going to be some learning curves, but he didn't play great today. Somebody who did play great was Derrick Henry, 20 for 127 and a score. Traylon Burks and Robert Woods were both really solid with 50-plus yards apiece. Nobody else really stood out either side in terms of receiving. Evan Neal was not good. He allowed 2 sacks. Bud Dupree made him his female dog. Dupree finished with 4 TFLs and a sack and a half. Dexter Lawrence and Zach Cunningham with 3 TFLs. Adeniyi with 2. Adeniyi also had a sack, and then, of course, 2 interceptions for Caleb Farley and Amani Hooker each. As for the kicking, nobody missed a kick, and Brett Kern did good on his 2 punts. So overall, a good win. We wanted to pound the rock today, which we did. The goal for today's game was to get over 150 team rushing yards, and we were able to do that, but barely. On that last drive after the final interception, I may have padded the stats a little bit just to make sure we'd go over 150 rushing yards. Everybody on the offensive line got a bunch of XP, and sure enough, all of them got a bunch of skill points. So we now have 69 staff points. Nice. The big thing is that our offensive players who have X Factor can actually have their zone abilities, meaning that Derrick Henry can actually get in the zone. Other than that, I tried to focus on a lot of the staff and player modifications, as well as the hometown discount contracts for the player personnel. So that'll bring us to Week 2 here. We play on Monday Night Football against the Buffalo Bills as we take a look at some of the scores around the league in Week 1. We saw a few of them earlier today in halftime, but some of the other notable things include Baker Mayfield beating the Cleveland Browns, the Rams start the season barely defeating the Bills, and then the Bucks beat Dallas in primetime, and the Broncos demolished the Seahawks and Russell Wilson's return to Seattle. Here are the players of the week. No Titans. I thought maybe we'd see Farley or Hooker, but instead there's former Titan Marcus Mariota. Next episode, we're going to be playing 2 games, and they're both going to be pretty tough. Week 2, we face off against the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football, and Week 3, we return home against the Las Vegas Raiders. Both of these teams made the playoffs last season, and both of these teams honestly really improved throughout the offseason. So I'm expecting 2 really fun matchups against 2 of the better teams in the AFC. It should be a lot of fun next episode, which will hopefully be uploaded within the next couple of days. So that'll wrap this one up. I hope everybody enjoyed. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out. Tighten up.